Hello and welcome to Blytheway Business News. And today we're welcoming back a regular contributor, Ryan McDermott, who's Chief Executive of Phoenix Copper. Regular viewers will know that Phoenix Copper has an amazing set of assets in Idaho in the United States. The company is listed in London on the AIM market with a market capitalization of around £53 million sterling, also on the OTC market in North America. Ryan, welcome back. You've just published some very positive survey results from ground-based field magnetics and also some airborne hyperspectral surveys at Navarre Creek in Idaho. Take us through the strategy of surveys and what they've identified, please.
You bet, Tim, and thanks for having me. We have a large number of tools in our tool chest for exploration, and on projects the size of Navarre Creek, which is about 3,400 acres, it's advantageous to narrow down target areas, keeping in mind when we drill, we're drilling with a roughly 6-inch diameter tool, and that 6-inch diameter tool is testing acres and acres of ground. So again, anything that we can do to narrow the search helps. At Navarre Creek, we've done quite a considerable amount of surface sampling, at least on the outcrops that are available. There's a lot of glacial cover at Navarre Creek, so not everything is exposed at the surface. The advantage of geophysics, both magnetic surveys and hyperspectral mineral surveys, it allows us to get a look at what's below that overburden and what's below the glacial till to narrow in areas to actually drill. So we have surface geochemistry, which we've reported in the past, positive. And then these two geophysical surveys, a mag survey and a hyperspectral mineral survey. And essentially what those have done is covered two types of mineralizing alteration. Some of our minerals occur either as magnetic minerals, similar to the magnetite that we have in the Empire deposit, and equally as important are magnetic lows, which are a signal of magnetite that used to be in place that was degraded by hot metal-rich fluids. So we look at both the highs and lows, and we have a significant number of highs and lows at Navarre Creek. And then the hyperspectral survey we ran to look for mineral alteration that's not necessarily associated with magnetite, but is associated with epithermal type precious metal deposits elsewhere in the United States. What we found at Navarre Creek with both of these surveys is that there was a good, strong correlation between the two surveys. That correlation also exists with the surface sampling that we've done, and probably most importantly with the geologic mapping and structural mapping that our geologists have done. All of that starting to build a picture of some very prospective areas within the Navarre Creek claim block. At the end of the day, that just helps us hone in exactly where we're going to drill and get the best bang for our buck. So it's really a remarkable area, excuse me, with the amount of alteration that these surveys have identified, and we're looking forward to further exploration.
Now, I'm told, and I have to believe this, that your survey has highlighted markers at Navarre Creek which could suggest a Carlin-style gold deposit. I would like to pretend I knew what that meant, Ryan, but I do not. So can you explain for the viewers, for the investors, what a Carlin-style gold deposit, what is it, and how does it differ from other types of deposits?
You bet. Well, Carlin style, that term was coined after the identification of a number of deposits in northern Nevada along what's called the Carlin Trend. There's a specific style of mineralization that goes along with the Carlin Trend, and it is, like you said, markers. It's the geology. In this case at Navarre, we have a volcanic terrain. Very strong indicators of epithermal mineralization, and quite simply what that means is it's an interaction of hot metal-rich fluid with the surrounding rocks, and that those minerals were emplaced after the the primary rocks themselves were in place. So we use these tools, or rather these identifiers, just to hone in, which is what they've done in northern Nevada. So we're quite excited that we have a similar signature.
Okay, so you've carried out the geophysics, and as you say, that's going to help you identify and hone in where the drilling goes. Today in London, I've been reading notes from some of the mining analysts who are, as professionals, very excited about what this drill campaign might reveal. But from your perspective, Ryan, what do the results mean for Phoenix? What do they mean for the Navarre Creek project? And what are your next steps going to be?
Well, it means that the Navarre Creek claim block is proving to be prospective, as we thought. We wouldn't have staked the ground if we didn't think so. And we have the data necessary to identify closer in good drill targets, which obviously makes for a more economically favorable exploration program.
Okay. Finally, I mean, regular viewers watching your interviews will have a sense now of the scale of the deposit you've got out there in Idaho, and also the range of minerals and metals. We've been talking today predominantly about the Navarre Creek project. Let's just jog back. Quick update, please, on the Empire Mine open pit. How's it going there?
You bet. The Empire Mine open pit, as everyone knows, is our flagship operation, and that's where the majority of our focus has been and currently is. Our team's finishing the bankable feasibility study, and it still appears as though we'll have that completed the second quarter of this year. And we're still moving the permitting on that project down the road. It's a process, and that's continuing on. And then at the same time, our geologists are developing an additional exploration plan for Navarre Creek, as well as Red Star and Horseshoe. We have a lot of projects to cover, the focus being the Empire, as that project is the closest to production.
Well, Ryan, good luck with that. You must come back and keep us updated. That was Ryan McDermott, Chief Executive of Phoenix Copper, updating us on the geophysics at the Navarre Creek project, and also a very brief update there at the end on the Empire Mine at the open pit project, which is getting ever closer to production. Phoenix Copper, as I said, listed on the AIM market, a ticker of PXC, and also in North America on the OTC market. That's it from Blytheway Business News for this edition. Thanks for watching.